Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, it is my privilege and honor to introduce to you the Edsel Ford High School graduating class of 2017. Graduates, please remain standing. I would like to call upon Mr. Abdul El-Haj to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance at the conclusion of the Star-Spangled Banner. Everyone, please rise.
الرجاء من الجميع الوقوف. شكرا.
Okay, that'll work. That's good.
Thank you, Mr. Casebolt and Mr. Naimi. All right. Thank you. All right.
I got you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
You should have said, you needed to say, thank you, Edsel Ford, have a great day. I was just waiting for it.
One last time for Abdul El-Haj. We really appreciate him doing that. He did that every morning for us, started the day off just right. He's trained some new up-and-comers, so we're excited for that too. Thank you, sir. Good evening, parents, students, staff, guests, and soon-to-be graduates of Edsel Ford High School. This year's senior class has made outstanding contributions to building a vibrant learning community by initiating a diversity of connections within the school and within our community. And graduates, you may be seated. Thank you. We begin this year on Edsel Ford's High School's 60th birthday by being officially dropped from the state's priority list. Yeah. And then we were named a 2017 academic state champ. Edsel Ford was named as one of the 54 high schools in the state that are best preparing students for success after graduation. But students, it was you. You were the leaders that set the example and allowed us to grow both academically and socially like never before. What I took away from those days with you is that our potential as human beings is limitless. I further believe that our purpose in life is to serve humanity and make a mark on our community. That distinguishes us from others. That's what Thunderbirds do. Class of 2017, you have convinced me over the course of this year through interactions in the hallways, classrooms, cafeteria, and events that each one of you will contribute positively to this world. In just a few minutes, the class of 2017 will receive diplomas to mark their graduation from high school. The diplomas these graduates receive represent years of hard work, commitment, dedication, and achievement, and it will mark a turning point in the lives of these young people. Certainly, the class of 2017 will be greatly missed, and most of us here tonight can testify that they are much more than grade point averages, great performances, and athletic achievements. Looking at your resumes, it is evident that this younger generation, certainly more than our generation is aware of and prepared for, the competitive job market and the need for a thorough, high-tech education. By putting students first, graduates of Edsel Ford High School and Dearborn Public Schools receive a quality education that will arm them for the future. Each one of these students here today have contributed to Edsel's brand and legacy in some form or fashion. They have done very well and have done themselves proud. They deserve a hearty congratulations and wishes for a strong future. And students, one last thing. Accept no one's definition of your life. You define yourself. Seniors, thank you for an excellent year. Well done. Edsel Ford High School is blessed to have so many friends and supporters. Please allow me to introduce to you some of our honored guests for this evening. Kindly hold your applause until all have been introduced. Please welcome our Board of Education members, Ms. Mary Lane, President, Ms. Mary Pechlikoff, Secretary, Mr. Jim Thorpe, Trustee and Guest Speaker, Ms. Fadwa Hamoud, Trustee, Dr. Glenn Maleyko, Superintendent, Dearborn Public Schools, Dr. Yusuf Masalam, Executive Director, Student Achievement, Mr. A. Mashur, Director of Student Services, Ms. Rose Aldubailey, Director, ELL, Ms. Ross Grover, Coordinator, Curriculum, Ms. Michelle DeJager, Director, Special Education, Mr. Mark Andrews, Director, Transportation, Dr. Don Ball, Director, Safety and Security, Mr. Thomas Wall, Executive Director, Business Services, Ms. May Masalam, Coordinator, EL, Ms. Nafila Hyder, PTA, Council President for Dearborn, representing somewhere in the stands up there, no, she did come on stage. Ms. Michelle Giles, Vice President, PTSA. I thought she was going to be in the stand. She's cheering her son on. Mr. John Ketvertis, Edsel Ford Booster Club President, proud Edsel parent. Ms. Marcy Holmes, Crescendo Club, proud Edsel parent. And our administrative team at Edsel Ford, Assistant Principals, Ms. Sue Noland and Mr. Khalid Abdullah. Assistant Principal Intern, Mr. Pete Kochianis. Our Math Coordinator, Ms. Dana Addis. Our Language Arts Coordinator, Ms. Gretchen Bajorek. And our Community Liaison, Mr. Khalil Duklela. Our counseling staff, Ms. Hella Mohammed, Mr. Abraham Baydoun, Mr. Craig Kiefer, and Ms. Gail Welmers. And of course, our Graduation Intervention Specialist, Mr. Kareem Naimi. And let me please acknowledge all of the Edsel faculty and staff in attendance today. Please stand and be acknowledged. I would like to introduce you to Edsel Ford's class of 2017 Valedictorian. Please stand, Mr. Khalid Abdulshafi. Khalid has accumulated a 4.375 grade point average. He is a remarkable student who will study business at the University of Michigan. He is also a newly inducted member of our school's NHS and an active social justice and link crew member. He has attended Miller Elementary School, Stout Middle School, and a short stint at Dearborn High, but he's a Thunderbird. His outside interests include Taekwondo, community service at the Dearborn Community Center. He's a member of the AAYSP, Teen Grant Making Initiative, and finally, has a job at Home City Ice. Ladies and gentlemen, the Edsel Ford High School class of 2017 Valedictorian, Khalid Abdulshafi. sometimes we're blessed with two salutatorians, and that happens this year. Our first salutatorian, Mr. Abraham Alawy. Please stand. Our first class of 2017 salutatorian is also a special student. He will be attending the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, where he will enroll in the College of Engineering and pursue degrees in computer science. Computer science. How about that? Since there's no such thing as community science. The rain, it screwed up my print. Computer science and engineering. Our 2017 salutatorian has accumulated an outstanding GPA of 4.364. He is an active member of Edsel's NHS, Link Crew, Social Justice, and ACT tutoring. His outside interests include the Teen Grant-Making Initiative, AAYSP, Summer Youth Dialogues, and M-Engine. Access Acts Community Service Group. He attended Salina Elementary, Salina Intermediate, and DCMST. Ladies and gentlemen, our class of 2017 salutatorian, Abraham Alawy. Our next class of 2017 salutatorian, Mr. Hadi Baydoun. Please stand. Hadi plans on attending the University of Michigan, Dearborn to major in computer science. His goal is to become a software engineer after graduation. He has accumulated a GPA of 4.364 as well. He is an active member of Edsel's NHS and was a 4-year member of the Edsel Ford basketball program. His outside interests include being a parapro at the Islamic Center of America, tutoring students, playing basketball, giving money to charity, and educating the youth about religion. Ladies and gentlemen, our next salutatorian is Hadi Baydoun. Now please let me announce what the cords mean that you see draped around our graduates' necks. Students, please stand and be honored if you have the following appropriate cord. The gold cord represents highest honors, summa cum laude, 3.8 and above. Students with the gold cord, please stand. Thank you. Students with the silver cord, please stand to be recognized. That represents high honors, magna cum laude, 3.79 to 3.50. Thank you. A black and white cord represents honors cum laude, 3.49 to 3.0. Students, please stand with the black and white. Thank you. All students who earned a green and white cord that scored proficient on the M-STEP in all areas. The M-STEP Proficiency Award is awarded to students who received a proficient score in all areas on the Michigan M-STEP assessment. Those of you with the green and white cord, please stand and be acknowledged. Any students with the Collegiate Academy cord, the dark blue and green, please stand. Also our students with the NHS stole, the beautiful royal blue NHS stole and cord, please stand. Students who have earned the Seal of Biliteracy medallion. Students have demonstrated proficiency in multiple languages through completion of coursework and demonstration of oral and written proficiency. Please stand. If I could have our Michael Berry Career Center students who wear the tricolored cords that are green, gold, and white, please stand. These are given to outstanding students enrolled in the career and technical education programs at the Michael Berry Career Center. Those of you with the DCMST cord, it is tricolored, orange, white, and blue. Please stand. And those of you with the DCMST honor cord, which is given to students that complete the DCMST program and who obtain 12 STEM credits. Thank you. Now, you are about to meet a true student advocate who would like to share a few words with you. Please let me introduce to you our Dearborn Public Schools Board Trustee and tonight's special guest speaker, Mr. Jim Thorpe. His leadership on the Dearborn Board of Education continues to shape the future of our school and our district. Please help me welcome Mr. Thorpe. Something about you with the weather and now the sun. What's the deal, man? You're like magnetic. I don't know.
I was joking with Mr. Casebolt that the last time I came to Edsel Ford, power went out for 3 days, and now the speaker's starting to blow. So it's not you, it's me. I'm honored to speak to you today and represent the Board of Education. When I was preparing for this day, I realized that for some of you, I was there at the beginning. I was running a program over at Nowlin Elementary School with Mr. Bukowski, and I was there on the first day of kindergarten. Now I get to see you on your last official day of school. And like that day, we've got music from the band, there's balloons, there's students that are apprehensive about what's coming on, and there's parents wondering, how did the time go by so quick? When I was asked to speak at your graduation, I sat and thought about what I was going to say. I was listening to my radio, and a song came on from the late 90s. It was a one-hit wonder by a group called Chumbawamba. I think you might know this song. It's called Tub Thumping. I'm going to teach you the words. I get knocked down, and I get up again. You ain't never going to keep me down. There. We pretty much learned all the words to the song. And my apologies to the speech teachers, but those really are the words that they had written. So those lines, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never going to keep me down, are always with me as a reminder to get back up. You see, throughout your lives, you will fall down or be knocked down. You need to get up again. When you were young, you learned how to walk and you fell down. You learned how to ride a bike and you fell off. What did you do? You got back up and you tried again. So why did I think of this song for you? Because you attended Edsel Ford, as Mr. Casebolt said, during a time when the state of Michigan placed the school on the priority list. While I was not on the school board in 2013, I watched as a concerned citizen, as a business owner, what was happening. I commend former Superintendent Brian Whiston, the school board, the administrators from Edsel Ford, and the central office for coming up with a plan to help students' achievement grow. And I want to thank the parents for having faith in the plan and belief in what could be achieved. Graduates, according to the state of Michigan, your high school years brought Edsel Ford from the 0 percentile back up to the 75th percentile. And as Mr. Casebolt again had said, at the beginning of the year, you were removed from the priority list, and you're now looked on as a model for other schools across the state. I believe the graduates and the faculty deserve our applause for that. You see, you and your school were knocked down, but you got up again. They're never going to keep you down. Whether it's failing a big exam in college, not getting the job you want, breaking up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, maybe it's the government trying to constrain your freedom, people rejecting you because of where you're from, the color of your skin, your religious beliefs, or some other reasons, you will get knocked down. You need to get up again. Don't ever let them keep you down. You have the control. You can make the choices. Do you get up again or do you stay down? Abe Lincoln was defeated in several elections before becoming President of the United States. Henry Ford finally succeeded in launching his automotive company on his third try. I went through many drafts of this speech before I found one that I was kind of happy with. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never going to keep me down. Congratulations, Edsel Ford class of 2017. Thunderbirds, don't ever let them keep you down. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Thorpe. Now let's sit back and enjoy the Edsel Ford Chamber Choir led by Mr. Robert Doyle as they perform the vocal selection, See You Again.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, but I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Why'd you have to leave so soon? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most? 'Cause I don't really know how to tell you without feeling such words. Carry on. Carry on. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Oh, oh,
Feeling so cold. I'll be waiting right here till the day you're coming home. Give me all the strength I need. Carry on.
carry on. Yeah. Hold every memory as you goes, and every road you take will always lead you home. It's been a long day without you, my friend. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Oh, oh, when I see you again. Oh, oh, when I see you again.
Well done. Thank you. You know, every team has a leader. Ours is Dr. Glenn Maleyko. He is working tirelessly, I assure you, to bring change, success, and rigor despite many financial and ever-changing education standards and laws. He continues to challenge us on a daily basis to improve student achievement and parent involvement. Dr. Maleyko continues to support our school and provide a clear vision for our district. Please help me welcome Dearborn Public Schools Superintendent, Dr. Glenn Maleyko.
So, good evening, everyone. I would like to thank Principal Casebolt, thank you for that intro, and all the staff at Edsel Ford High School for their hard work and effort to make tonight's ceremony a successful celebration for the class of 2017. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. I would also like to thank our Board of Education for their ongoing support of education in Dearborn and the work that's taking place in the classrooms throughout our school district. Several board members are here tonight, and we appreciate them taking the time to join us in this celebration of student success. Their commitment is unwavering and commendable. Of course, I also want to acknowledge and thank our parents and family members for the love and care and support you have given your child. These students would not be here today without you being there for them throughout their entire educational career. So I am going to ask the students to give your parents, your family, and the staff a big round of applause right now, please. We often use that word journey when describing a lifelong experience. After many years of marriage, possibly, a long work career, and of course when you graduate from school. Hopefully for the seniors gathered here tonight, it was a pleasant, fun, and rewarding journey. I know, for a few, the word Titanic may come to mind to describe your journey, but we certainly hope that's the exception and not the rule. Most of the time, the experience you take away from the journey depends a great deal upon your perspective of the journey. Our perspectives on events, relationships, and surroundings can influence our overall attitude and behaviors. I have honestly always prided myself on taking the optimistic viewpoint, where I see the glass half full always. I just refuse to look at the negative perspective. I choose to focus my time and energy on the things that are within my control. When we face tough or adverse situations, I believe that we become stronger as a student, professional, and person for having experienced that challenge or adversity. Students, you have faced a similar journey during your 4 years of high school and even before that in the middle and elementary school levels. So I'm reminded of the old story about the twin boys whose dad decided to play a joke on them on their birthday. The dad wrapped up 2 huge boxes of horse manure and presented them to his sons. The first boy opened the box and was immediately upset. He threw the box to the ground and walked away crying. The second boy opened his box and upon seeing it filled with the same contents, began cheering and jumping up and down with excitement. When his dad asked him why he was so happy to get a box of manure, he looked at his dad and said, 2 full boxes of horse manure can only mean one thing. You finally bought us that pony we've been asking for. 2 very different perspectives with very different results. As educators, it's important that our perspective is always focused on providing our students with a meaningful education. Good educators will always go beyond the basic lesson to help their students grow and reach their full potential. Our new vision statement, created by the community, reminds us to always have the right perspective. Thank you, Mr. Casebolt, for having it here. To always put students first, not just teach, but inspire, educate, and celebrate. Graduates, somewhere along the line you had a teacher that inspired you. It may have been in 2nd grade when you were inspired to become a better reader. Maybe in middle school a coach inspired you to play a sport, or in high school when a principal, counselor, social worker inspired you to take on the challenge that taught you a lesson more valuable than any classroom assignment. Wherever it may have happened, whenever it may have happened, at some point during your journey through the Dearborn Public Schools, you had an experience that inspired you. So students, I ask you, have we educated you? And when I say we, everybody here together as a community, have we educated you? Okay. Why do I hear some laughing over there? This really isn't a trick question. Of course, we've educated you. You wouldn't be here right now if you were not provided with an education that gave you the ability, skills, and knowledge needed to move to that next challenge in life. Finally, we are here tonight to celebrate. You have worked hard and deserve to celebrate your success. Enjoy tonight, make smart decisions, and don't forget to celebrate with those who helped you get here. This evening's celebration also serves as a ceremony to help you change your perspective. You see, for the past 13 years, your perspective has been that of a student. Tonight that changes. We, all of us here, have done our job. We have inspired you, and now it is your turn to inspire others. We have provided you with a quality education, and now it is your turn to educate those around you. We have provided you with opportunities to celebrate your success, and now you must recognize the accomplishments of others and help them celebrate their success. The Dearborn Public Schools have put students first and inspired, educated, and celebrated. So now, Thunderbirds, it is your turn to go out in the world and inspire, educate, and celebrate. Each of the graduates today will receive one of these signs that tells everyone that Thunderbirds are ready to, you get the theme, inspire, educate, and celebrate. When this ceremony is over and you're gathering around with family and friends for photos, display this sign, be proud of your accomplishments, and let the whole social media world know that Thunderbirds inspire, educate, and celebrate. You never know who might join you to take a quick selfie. And I just have to say that I have the record number with Al from security here, so I do get a lot of selfies over at Edsel. So we want to see these out there all over social media. We were hoping today, and it didn't work out, to actually have a plane fly over with the Vision. But unfortunately, we couldn't get FAA approval because of wind conditions at Metro Airport. So I apologize for that. But I'm going to kick this off with a photo. I'm going to ask the board trustees and Mr. Principal Casebolt to start this, and then I want the students to continue it into tonight and more. So I'll ask you all to come up for a quick photo. Since we don't have the plane, we're going to start this way. All right. And we'll have this one up too.
Oh, wait, we're in front of the mic.
Drop it. Mic drop.
So once I get that out there, I want to see lots of retweets, students. I know you do it for a lot of other things like snow days, so come on. Don't let me down. I also want to mention, we talk about Edsel Ford, and, I'm very proud of the community here. I remember the day that the priority school was announced, and I remember the pain that everyone felt. I remember it clearly in the auditorium. I remember getting a call from the then Superintendent, Brian Whiston. I also know and was here to see the transformation, both as a superintendent and as an executive director in human resources. I've seen the great work by Mr. Casebolt, the team here, and the community. So I do have to mention this. On September 1st, when Principal Casebolt and I got the letter saying we were off the priority list, and not only that, they called us to say that Edsel was going to be recognized as a model for how you do that, literally from the state. They wanted to highlight Edsel. We went into the auditorium with the staff, and I accidentally let the slide go too soon, saying we were off the priority list. I got to tell you, the entire school district of secondary teachers was in that auditorium. And if you would have seen the emotion on everyone, it was outstanding because everybody in Dearborn schools went through the struggles, felt the pain, and then was celebrating in the success. It was truly a remarkable day, and I'll never forget it. So, in closing, and now look at state champ, right? So in closing, I really just want to congratulate all the graduates at Edsel Ford in the class of 2017. I wish you all the best moving forward, and please continue to stay in contact via social media and other means. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Dr. Maleyko. It was a great first day, a way to start the year, and now this is a very special way to end it for sure. Our next speaker is the class of 2017 senior class vice president, Miss Lara Harp, as voted by her peers. I'm proud to introduce to you Miss Lara Harp.
Good evening, family, friends, guests, distinguished faculty, and the Edsel Ford class of 2017. It is an honor to be here today and share this precious moment with you. I'm going to start off with a quote by the late Steve Jobs. He once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition." Each one of us has a passion, whether it is painting murals, rocking out on the drums, playing sports, trying to develop the next big app, or as for most of us, keeping our Snapchat streaks alive. We each have something that we enjoy doing. I implore you today to cherish those feelings. I ask that you harness the good feelings you get out of your passions and build a successful life out of them. The truth is, the real world out there is going to be hard and challenging. It will certainly at times feel unfair. It will make us think strange thoughts, ideas, and feel crazy feelings. It will create obstacles that may seem insurmountable. And it will at some point try and take away our willpower to pursue our passions in a way that allows us to stay true to ourselves. Do not listen. What you want to do with your life is what really counts. And at this exact point in our lives, I can say with certainty, our willpower and ability to stay true to ourselves is at an all-time high. So yes, let's not live someone else's version of a successful life. High school was a whole new world for each of us. There were many times that I thought it was too tough, too challenging, and very unfair. But just like all of you, I stayed true to myself and hung in there. We hung in there. We all found a way to make it work. We all found a way to be happy, have fun, create new and lasting friendships, and unforgettable memories. The life lessons learned along the way have me wishing we had more time here. For tomorrow, there's a whole new world waiting for us, the real world. The decisions we make moving forward will determine if we stayed true to ourselves, followed our passions, and found the success that most of us have found here. Edsel Ford, class of 2017, I want to leave you with this. So if you haven't been paying attention to my speech, yet alone anything in the past 4 years, now's the time to start. I want you to take a moment and reflect on your accomplishment here today. No matter how big or how small you think it might be, it is a time to reflect. It is a time to reflect on all the people, things, and motivations that have helped and encouraged you along the way. It is a time to reflect on all the things you have to be thankful for. And most importantly, it is a time to reflect on what this moment means deep inside to you. For each and every one of us, it can mean something a little different. It should mean something a little different. We are all unique, and the paths we each have taken to get here have all been different. Moving forward, for each and every one of us, our paths will continue to be different. They should be different, and for that, we must be thankful. It means we have choice, it means we have opportunity, and it means we can create our own new stories of success. For some of us, that means going off to college, and for others, it means starting a family, working full-time, or just taking some time off to figure out what it is we want to do for ourselves. The beauty here is that no matter what you think now or what path you choose, there is no wrong answer. As we did over these past 4 years, we will continue to learn, grow, and evolve into better and smarter versions of ourselves. There will be highs and there will be lows, even when we fail, and we will all fail at some point. Just ask all the adults out there in the audience. I hope you can do so knowing you are pursuing something worthwhile. What's more worthwhile than following your passions, staying true to yourself, and creating your own path? Edsel Ford High School, class of 2017. It has been a pleasure. Thank you and congratulations.
Well done, Lara. Well done. Thank you. Please help me welcome our student-at-large speaker, who was selected by a team of school officials to represent the student body at large through a speech submission format. Please help me welcome our speaker, Mr. John Paul Vega.
Our past defines who we are, and what we make of the future all rides on how we conduct ourselves in these times of great trials and tribulations. When we were middle schoolers, we often romanticized the high school experience. Homecoming, prom, Friday night lights, student council, being able to drive ourselves to school instead of getting the wake up and get in the car speech from our parents. But we never thought about the work that would lay ahead with these perks. I believe it finally kicked in when we read the venomous words, 7th hour, in the local newspaper and in our neat little welcome packets that we received before we entered what was expected to be some of the best years of our lives. This less than desirable news was because we had been designated as a priority status school. EFHS's test scores were in the bottom percentile of our district and of the state. Now, I won't point any fingers as to who was responsible for this, but it was now left to us to bear the weight of an extra hour at school, and for kids who were previously getting up at a comfy hour earlier after high schoolers were expected to wake up, going not only earlier in the morning but later into the day sounded like a living nightmare. But I say all this with levity and a smile because we had quickly and officially brushed off a title that we did not earn in the first place, but it was no cakewalk. It was because of our willingness to endure and our unwillingness to allow what others said or thought of us define us. This was the fight that we, the class of 2017 Thunderbirds, will probably never forget. We faced this status not as a dead end, but as a hurdle we knew as students and later in life we might face in the future, and use the necessary effort to make a great leap past it. Whether it be us, the students taking Math Plus or Language Arts Plus classes to improve the skills previous students lacked prior to the priority status, or teachers stepping up and working extra hard to prepare us for our testing, I know we can all agree that teachers really gave it their all, and we owe them an overabundance of gratitude and thanks for all the work they put in. Even though we still had 2 more years to prepare, I remember hearing, "You will see this on your junior year on the ACT." Well, that was a mistake. In our junior year, after prepping for the ACTs for 2 full years, working tirelessly enough to even remove our need for that load 7th hour, we learned we would be required to take the SAT, which prior to that was a voluntary test. When teachers recovered from the shock, they began flooding us with everything we would need to take the SAT, which has always been a more difficult standardized test than the ACT. I believe we are proof that their work has paid off. We conquered the SAT just the same as we conquered our priority status, and as we all know, another huge part of this victory was due to our amazing principal, Mr. Scott Casebolt. I've known Mr. Casebolt since I was in 6th grade when he was principal at O.L. Smith. And he was one of the big reasons I was so excited to come here, because he has always been the big guy in the hallways who I knew I could turn to both as a small 11-year-old 6th grader and as a 17-year-old high school senior, if I ever needed anything. He is a beacon of strength, hope, and perseverance, and he, along with the whole Edsel Ford staff, has never gave up on us, and as young adults trying to find our way, and we are grateful to them for guiding us and supporting our endeavors during what can be the most confusing and troublesome time in our lives. And I think that we are all very grateful for that. So thank you. Friends, this next bit goes out to you. Friends, look out at the proud families that are here to watch you take part in one of the only educational rites of passage that we as Americans share. We have thanked the staff here at our beloved school, but we all know that another great deal of thanks needs to go out to our wonderful families who have literally had our back since, well, day one. Without their encouragement, we would most likely not be here, and as much as we hated the get off your phone and do your homework speeches, we are eternally indebted to our parents for shaping us into people who may not be perfect, but are now well suited to turn the page into another chapter of our life. Finally, I'll ask you to look at each other. Take a quick glance at these faces that some of you have been able to put names to for over 13 years. We've shared more time together than with our own families. These people have had almost the same amount of impact on your life as those who raised you, and I know someday in the future you will run into one of these classmates and be able to have the timeless remember when interaction that we only saw our parents do with people on Facebook prior to this. So many memories, so many happy mistakes, so many fun nights and exciting days, but not one regret.
and will ever be uttered. And it is official that we will now be a part of the Remember Back in High School group. And we have so many to thank for it, but we all know that in the end, we have to thank ourselves because we did this together as Edsel Ford High School. Poet, songwriter, and budding philosopher Corey Taylor once said that the future is meant for those willing to let go of the worst parts of the past. And if you can't walk two steps without turning around to inspect what you're doing, you are getting nowhere, and fast. Though many discovered that the high school experience was not a perfect love scene from a movie, or a finale dance number from a musical, we all did learn that the show must go on. It's our duty to hold our heads high and be strong to honor both ourselves and those who helped get us to where we stand at this moment. We should not look back and think about what we could have changed because mistakes mold who we are. It is our triumph in spite of tragedy that makes us unique. Instead, we must look back at what we achieved. High school may not have been fun for some, but at least you made it through. And it is not something everyone can do or has done, so you have to be proud of yourselves for that. I often believe as seniors, we looked at our time here at Edsel as something that would never end, and we often crossed our fingers and dedicated every wish towards just being able to get out in one piece. But now that we are minutes away from the official finish line, we look back and will always say, my oh my, how the time went by. As we now stand at the precipice of our entire lives, some of us may feel anxiety, anticipation, excitement, or even fear. But one thing that we can all share is that we gave our high school years our all, and we soon will be able to say that we are the Edsel Ford High School class of 17, and with great memories of the past and hope towards the future. Thank you so much, family, friends, and mentors.
Great job, John Paul. Thank you. Not just because of all the nice things you said about me either. Please join me on this wonderful occasion in enjoying a special musical selection by the Edsel Ford High School Band, led by Miss Sarah Oren, as they perform The Great Locomotive Chase. What's that? There we go. All right, we're back. We're back. It's Mr. Thorpe's fault, I think, right? I would like to take a moment and recognize the class of 2017 student leaders who have contributed to the brand and legacy of Edsel Ford High School during the past 4 years. These students have worked very hard to lead Edsel's student body to the next level. Audience, please hold your applause until all the names have been announced. Students, please stand up when I call your name. Class of 2017 President, Miss Emily O'Donnell. Vice President, Miss Lara Harp. Secretary, Miss Natalie Tapia. Treasurer, Mr. Nolan Coulter. Also, class representatives, Miss Sarah Wyford, Miss Allison Barkoff, and Mr. Michael Regula. 2017 Student Council Officers, Vice President, Mr. Khalid Abdulshafi. Treasurer, Mr. Jeremy Attard. And Secretary, Miss Kirsten Burek. I would also like to thank our junior class officers, President Miss Regan Rankin, and Vice President Miss Gadi Bazet. Thank you all for your efforts during the past 4 years. And they've also done a wonderful job as our ushers tonight as well. 4 years ago, our current graduating class entered the hallways of Edsel Ford High School with one goal in mind. And tonight, this goal has been realized. The time has come to confer the much-deserved honor to our graduating class. So without any further delay, I call upon our counseling department to come forward and assist in the presentations of our diplomas to the class of the 2017. Would the first group of graduates please rise? Anyone that would like to shake hands, of course, give a little fight so we can go down on the track.
علي عبد الرضا. لوي يحيى الصعدي. فضل الله دياب. عبدول الحاج. رزق فتاحي. عبد الرحمن كارتيت. سمية زكري. محسنة علي عبد الله. يوسف زين عبد الله. أهام واصل عبد الله. فايز فهمي عبد الله. زينب اي عبد الله. خالد عبدالشافي. ياسمين حسام أحمد. هند أحمد. عناية الراج. مواث ناجي السعدي. سمية السعدي. أشجان الاماري. وافا الريفي. إبراهيم علوي. دين فؤاد الزاني. أسامة الزاني. مهدي الظلمي. فريال الدبيشي. صالح الزاني. سمية القلهم. تهاني سيف القلهم. إسام ثامر الغزالي. حازم علي أحمد عبدو القهيم. إبراهيم الحج أحمد. يكرم فهد الحميدي.
صالح عارف الحربي. صالح كاسم الحربي. جازمين ناصر الحسيني. عبد الله مسعد علي. دالة علي. إناس صديق علي. لينا جلال علي. قمزة علي. صلاح الدين عبد الواسع علي. ذكرى علي. وفا نبيل علي. حسين الجبيري. حمزة محمد الجهمي. وسام أنس الجهمي. أحمد توفيق القاضي. ياسر صالح الكوسي. كيان الكهالي. هنادي المداني. سارة علي المليكي. أحمد شعية الماوري. حسين خالد الماوري. مها الماوري. عمر عدنان الماوري. هاشم ماوري الماوري. مروان الماوري. رضا المساوي. راوية المفلحي. أحلام النمر. حوراء النصيري. سليمان القاضي. عباس الصيدي. حارث بندر الصعيدي. وجدان الصيري. شيماء عبد الولي الصالحي. رسام الشميري.
Sarah Isam Al-Shamiri. Bothaina Al-Sharay. Sihab Ahmad Al-Shamam. Maher Abdul Alteri. Omar Al-Tamimi. Yasmin Ali Al-Tuhaif. Emma Alvi. Muhammad Al-Wahaishi. Muhammad Al-Washah. Abraham Al-Zubi. Noor Ahmad Al-Zubaydi. Saba Al-Zuwaid. Noah Thomas Anderson. Enrico Giuseppe Antonelli. Jamal Aoun. Austin Armstrong. Yesenia Esperanza Arzola. Fauzia Amin Atia. Jeremy Michael Attard. Anwar Atik. Ladaria Avery. Sally Banakanana. Allison Jane Barkoff. Ahmad Bouaya. Hadi Ibrahim Baydoun. Megan Beams. Dylan Beck. Molly Abigail Bertheumu. Cody Brandon Batar. Joshua Bullion. Mona Ali Bumilham. Jalen Jerome Boyer. Katie Busey. Muhammad Ali Al-Haj.
Kirsten Marie Burek. Chase Burnell. Kiera Danae Burrows. Alejandro Canan. Cecilia Lena Cantaneri. Robert Anthony Salone. Nolan Robert Coulter. Molly Joy Constantino. Samuel Costello Jr. Brianna Cushing Cosenza. Zahra Deliri. Sarah Davis. Jacob Otto DeBolt. Jackson Devon Doyle. Raekwon Edwards. Brian Enos. Hatem البقل حمزة فهد الماوري حمزة السالتي رشيد الحاجي الوسيم جوال محمد فكي حسن محمد بلال فروق وهيب فوزي فتاحي خالد صالح أحمد جابر رقية مسعد جيلان سيارا جيبنز Joshua Gilbo Maya Destiny Gilbert Jacob Drew Gilman Nashia Ahmed Goba Madison Elaine Good
On his terms. Joshua M. Graham. Maleyko Green. Tamara Greer. Hayat Hashim. Mira Hassan Hashim. Donald William Hackett. Shelby Christine Haddock. Hava Haidar. Morgan Callista Hales. Miriam Hamid. Aliyah Marie Hamoud. Lara Harp. Keith Harrington. Diana Rose Harris. Rand Hassan. Ali Krishma Hassoun. Derek House. Asia Lee Heron. Frank Hill. Brianna Nicole Hody. Rachel Elizabeth Hogan. Hunter Jays Holt. Sarah Holton. Christina Homorgan. Caitlin Hewitt. Evan Hewitt. Hassan Hussein. Najia Hussein. Tyler Garrett Jackson. Erin Nicole Jacobs. Abdullah Jamshad. Brendan Tyler Jaward.
Ayman Mohammed Jum'ah. Manita Ziyad Kukuch. Fatima Nasr Qayed. Ariana Michelle Kalinsky. Cassidy Paige Keating. Melicio Miles Kendrick. Tiara Ashley Kincannon. Winter King. Faith Carolyn Nepper. Elise Nicole Knott. Yazin Kochek. Alexander Lagreca. Alejandro Lara. Anna Marie Lorridge. Isabella Mariah Laurie. Alea Lewis. Michaela Ann Linenberg. Michael Lee Lozoya. Ayman Lutfallah. Betty Harb Mahmoud. Yasmin Nabil Maharam. Luke Jarrett Menace. Scotland Mackenzie Marie Martin. Trayvon Mason. Badr Mauri. Tyler David Mayberry. McKegg. Adam Breckenridge McCardell. Corey McDonald. Victoria Moniz Miggins.
Natasha Marie Miller. Stephen Charles Mitchell. Noria Khalid Mughali. Alia Noman Mohammed. Isa Mike Mohammed. Omaima Hizam Ali Mohammed. Shama Mohammed. Shema Ahmed Mohammed. Tasneem Mohammed. Amina Mohammed. Reem Mokhtar Mohsen. Ibrahim Mohsen. Abir Alawy Manassar. Julio Montesinos. Roshan Damar Morton. Fatih Mosa. Sumaya Adil Musla. Bassam Abdul Baset Mughali. Khalid Ahmed Mukbal. Dylan Joseph Murray. Raji Murshid. Ilyas Musa. Taqwa Musid. Amanda Hussam Mustafa. Victoria Nada. Hanan Fouaz Naji. Maria Mansour Naji. Mesa Mansour Naji. Hiba Naqvi. Crystal Nash. Ahmed Saeed Nasser. Iman Nasser. Jamal Mohammed Nasser.
Mona Nasser. Tasneen Abdullah Nasser. Jeremy E. Nasilis. John Joseph Nelson. Sabrine Abdul Obad. Madison Ray O'Connor. Emily Rose O'Donnell. Sana Omar. Tahani Abdulhamid Omayan. Ali Abdullah Omar. Bader Musbah Uthman. Hannah Elise Poletti. Kiera Parker. Ellen Marie Peck. Dreyan Pickett. Daisha Pointer. Rachel Cheyenne Priost. Delfino Ramirez. Grant Ian Rathwell. Jethro Joseph Riemann. Alyssa Richardson. Nicole Ashley Rizzo. Brendan Michael Roberts. Michael G. Rogula. Elud Avino Romo. Vivian Ross. James Ruddy. Ariana Rohe Rudolph. Lindsay Marilyn Saki.
Jamal Mohammed Saeed. Miata Awad Saeed. Adam Fadal Safi. Ayman Saeed. Safa Ahmed Salani. Osad Wisam Salam. Muhammad Abdul Salani. Amanda Sala. Fatma Sala. Athman Salam. Lilith Salins. Hannah Sala. Aya Salman. Fatima Ahmed Salan. Amin Amin Sharif. Christian Sistani. Timothy Schultz. Curtis Simone. Nicholas Simone. Kendra Ray Smith. Nathan Allen Smith. Taiwan Moses Smith. Andrew William Snyder. Adam Raymond Subcheck. Honey. Tamara Stone. Madeline Nicole Stout. Mohammed Safwan. Natalie Tapia. Robert Lee Tatum. Carl Taylor.
Was that row 5? Okay.
Benjamin Thomas Trotter. Tiffany Nicole Trimmer. Tyler Nathaniel Urso. Colin Riley Vall. Jean Paul Vega. Mackenzie Vilas. Stosh Robert Vickery. Vincent Rubio Villarini. Afak Verk. Amina Verk. Iraj Verk. V. Vu. Christopher Darrell Watkins. Mercedes Waynick. Abir Waza. Jared Anthony Wiegand. Alasia Williams. Shay Leanne Desiree Williams. Taylor Malaya Williams. Darius Wilson. Nicholas Ryan Rufford. Sarah Michelle Rifford. Gregory Paul Weidendorf. Cameron Waika. Muna Khalid Yafe. Afa Yahya. Nolan Arif Yahya. Garrett Francis Yita. Devin Young. Stefan Curtis Young. Caleb Richard Zemke. Abbas Yusuf Zurik.
Okay. Before we congratulate the whole class, we had a young man blow past us, and it just wouldn't be right without his name. So, Ty McClure, stand up and get your love. Okay. I just couldn't leave that hanging out there, so he got excited. Congratulations, Edsel Ford High School class of 2017. As Thunderbirds, keep thinking this is not a goodbye, but instead keep thinking, as the class of 2017, it is your time to fly. Congratulations. Edsel Ford High School has a long-standing tradition of the passing of the gavel, which is the symbol of student leadership, right here. I would like to call upon Emily O'Donnell, our outgoing senior class president, to come forward for the presentation of the senior ceremony. Receiving the gavel is the class of 2018 president, Miss Regan Rakin. Officially transfer the power. Thank you. Thank you for all your effort. Thank you. Don't lose it. You keep it. Yep, you keep it. I will come looking for you next year, Reagan, for that. Now, I would like you to ask you to please stand and join me in the singing of the Edsel Ford alma mater. The words can be found in the back cover of the program. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Students, please be seated. Now is the time that I welcome and please ask the board to come forward and proclaim these students officially graduated.
You ready? All right, this is what all of the students have been waiting for. This is when we officially declare they are no longer our students. By the power vested in us by the state of Michigan, we now pronounce you graduates of Edsel Ford High School, part of the Dearborn Public Schools. Please move your tassels, students.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Edsel Ford High School's newest alumni group, the class of 2017. Now, I would like to ask our students and audience to remain seated for the final recessional. Graduates, please wait for instructions from your row leaders. Our graduates will assemble in the small gym for a final farewell.